Hi everybody, welcome to the Great Plains Zoo. My name is Leigh and today I'm going to show you what to expect when you visit in the winter. Regardless of how you get your tickets, either online or if you purchase them here at the zoo, or if you're a zoo member, everybody will need to check in at our ticketing windows with our admissions team. When you check in, make sure you check our thermometer sign, which will let you know what animals to expect and where you might find certain animals depending on the day's temperature. If there's any animals in particular that you're hoping to see, make sure you ask your admissions agent because they can let you know for sure. Once you've checked in, most of the time you'll go through our flamingo gate, called that because it's got a flamingo on it, and enter through the zoo that way. If anything is different, the folks in the admissions office will let you know. When you arrive, you're welcome to visit the museum, where it's always nice and warm. We have restrooms, and our gift shop is open, where you can get snacks if you're looking for them. The zoo is open 361 days a year, and it's definitely worth venturing out of the museum, even on a chilly day. A lot of our animals may be out and visible, including our snow monkeys, which is where we're going to go first. Snow monkeys are from a climate similar to South Dakota, so they usually enjoy our winter weather. But if you don't want to be cold, we do have a warm place to view them around the corner. When you walk into our snow monkey building, you'll hear a click. That's the heater turning on for you. Our snow monkeys may not always be visible from here. The exhibit does go down, so if you don't see any right away, make sure you go outside and peek around the hill. You may be able to find them that way. You might also check their doors. There's some little doors over on the side that give them access to the exhibit. On really cold days, those might be open. We're going to talk more about what access means at our next exhibit. Most of our Australian animals are more comfortable with warm weather, so we have a range of options we provide them depending on the temperature. Even in the winter, if it's a nice sunny day, they may be out in their exhibit. If it's really cold, they'll probably be inside. But on days that are in between, we often give them a choice if they want to be out or not. We call this access, and the easiest way to check and see if the animal can come out is to look for an open door. If you see an open door but no animals, it might be worth it to give it a few minutes. They may choose to come out while you're standing there. Of all of our Australian animals, the ones you're most likely to see on a chilly day are our camels. They're Bactrian camels, which are native to a colder part of Asia and are also found in Australia. And they get very shaggy in the winter. Even when they have access, they often choose to be outside. Since it's home to tropical animals, our primate building is always nice and warm on the inside. Like many of our animals, if the day is nice enough, our primates may have access outside. But the best place to see them in the winter is to come into the primate building and check them out in their indoor areas. If you're trying to stay warm, there's definitely other buildings to visit, and there's plenty more animals to see. We're going to head to our penguins next. Our penguins like cold water and warm weather, so in the winter, don't look for them outside, look for them inside. Our farm animals don't mind the weather, and they're always up for a treat. Don't forget your quarters for the feeders. Because of the reptiles, the prairie cabin is always warm, and there's also hawks, an eagle, and red pandas to see. It's easy to walk by without noticing, but it's worth walking across the bridge to check out our flamingos in their winter viewing area. Because parts of the zoo are currently closed for black bear exhibit construction, you'll want to go past cats and bears to get to our African animals, which is the direction we're going to go next. All of the species in our Asian cats area are ones that are comfortable with the cold, so it's always a good place to check in the winter. If our cats are comfortable outside but you are not, you are always welcome to go into the pagoda, which has viewing windows for both the snow leopard and tiger exhibits. If you can't find the cats on exhibit when you first look, make sure you check under the windows where we have a nice straw nest. On really cold days, they may be hanging out here. Unlike their wild counterparts, our brown bears don't hibernate, so you can see them year-round. Our brown bear exhibit may have a dry pool in the winter, but they do have access to water, so don't worry. It is still worth coming over here because the bears might still be up next to the window, even if they can't play in the pool. A lot of our North American animals, like the Arctic foxes, are fine with the cold weather and will be visible on most days. Our foxes are even prettier in the winter when they're covered in their white fluffy coats. Being from South Dakota, our bison are fully comfortable in all kinds of weather, and so you'll find them in their yard most days, even on the coldest days. If you can't find them, look in the back towards the trees where they sometimes shelter if it's windy. And if you see keepers in their yard, give it a few minutes, because when the keepers are in there, the bison are not. But once they're done, they'll let them back out again. Because of our bear construction, you'll need to cross the bridge to get to rhinos and the rest of our African areas. When you get to our rhino exhibit, there probably won't be anyone in the large front yard, but it's definitely worth checking the side yard because on warmer days, there may be a rhino outside as well as inside. Even if there is a rhino out here, it's still worth checking the day room because we'll probably have another one in there as well. Our rhino day room is specially designed so our rhinos can be in here on even the coldest days, and you're welcome to come and see them as well. On a winter visit, the cafe will probably be closed, but if you go around the corner, the restrooms are always open. From here you might think you're done, but we do have more Africa to see. If you visit us in the summer, the signs will look a little different because now you get to head that way to get to giraffes and hoofstock. We'll check them out in a little bit, but we're going to start by going down the boardwalk to see our painted dogs. Our African painted dogs can be out on a surprisingly chilly day for an African animal, so it's always good to check their yard first. They might have access, so if you see their door open to the inside of their building, you can go inside and see them in there as well. We're going to take a look at that next. This door leads into the indoor building for our African painted dogs, and if they're inside, this door will be open and you're welcome to go in and see them. Let's go and see our giraffe and zebra friends now. If it's a sunny day and it's a little bit warmer, you might be lucky enough to see the giraffes outside. But if you come down here and they're not, you can always check in their barn. You should be able to see them there. We're going to go take a look. There's more to see in the giraffe barn besides just our giraffes. Our meerkats live in here, as well as a ball python, cockroaches, and a pancake tortoise. It's also a nice place to get in and warm up a little bit on a chilly day. Let's see if we can find some more animals to see. We still have more to see. If you've made it this far in the zoo, you're probably thinking you maybe shouldn't keep going, but there's definitely a little bit more to see. Behind me you can see our hoofstock barn and our vet building. We're gonna go check both of them out. Come on. When you get to the hoofstock barn, you'll have to go around the corner to find the door, but this is a good place in the winter on cold days to see our zebras or our bongos or possibly one of our other animals. If you're brave enough for the weather, it's outside so it's a little chilly, but it's always worth a peek in the vet building window to see if you can see a procedure going on. Let's check it out. No procedures today, but again, it's always worth peeking in to see. You might catch something cool. This is the far end of the zoo now. I'd recommend hopping back by building hopping. Maybe stop again and see the giraffes, the rhinos on your way back to the front. But even on a cool day, there's always something to see at the Great Plains Zoo. We hope you'll visit us soon.